Hello everyone and welcome back to Nancy Drew, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. You know who we haven't called in a while? Bess and George. How are they doing? They're missing out on some cool stuff.
Hello?
Where are you guys? You've got to get out here. I saw the Phantom Horse last night.
Know what we saw last night? The inside of a motel room in St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Our plane finally took off at 7 last night. We didn't call you because we wanted to surprise you.
Only the next thing we knew, we were being diverted to St. Louis on account of bad weather, so the airline put us up at a motel.
But when we came back to the airport this morning, guess what?
You're fogged in and your plane's got more mechanical problems.
We're fogged in.
I have never seen fog this thick.
Visibility's 3 feet tops.
You can barely drive in this stuff, let alone land and take off. Let's change the subject.
So you saw the Phantom Horse?
Last night, right after the campfire, this glowing horse appeared out of nowhere, then went galloping away. And right after that, the main pipe in the pump house sprang a leak. Another case of bad luck? I think not.
So while everyone's attention was on the horse, someone sabotaged the pump house.
First the rattlesnake, now this. Yikes.
They're doing everything they can to avoid making character models for Bess and George.
Has either of you two ever read anything by an author named Charlena Purcell? She writes romance novels that take place in the Old West.
That rules me out.
I saw her on a talk show once. Seemed kind of full of herself. Why do you ask?
I had to call her in order to open this old trunk at Mary Yazzie. She knows a lot about the people who used to live at Shadow Ranch.
I bet I know more about 19th century clothing design than she does.
I found a half-burned note that had a bunch of gibberish on it in the fire pit.
Gibberish? You mean like a code?
That could be why someone tried to burn it, so no one else at the ranch would ever know what it said.
Maybe it was about the sabotage.
Nancy, do you really think somebody would just write down a bunch of gibberish and then burn it in a fire pit? That's not how this universe works.
That's just what I was thinking.
So just find a way to decode that message and you'll be all set.
I could sure use a hint when it comes to using that piece of paper Dirk left for Francis to keep track of where the rock pictures are.
Whenever you see a petroglyph, just click on the grid, and 2 letters that mark its place on the grid will appear below.
Just make sure that where you click on the grid corresponds as closely as possible to the position of that particular petroglyph out in the desert.
If you're careful, pretty soon all those letters will spell out a message.
Yeah, that's how I figured it would work.
That's it for now.
Have fun.
Wish you were here. Kidding.
I'm not sure where we're going to find the petroglyphs, though. Unless we have more travel options open up to us now. But let's talk to everybody after that exciting night. Oh, Shorty's not here. Let's snoop around the kitchen. Ooh, look at all this fun stuff. I don't know what any of it is. But it's mine now.
Mineral deposits?
Interesting.
Can I help you find something?
No, actually, I pretty much found everything on my own.
For your information, I got those maps because I was hoping there might be a long-lost gold mine or two around here. But like most of my get-rich-quick ideas, it didn't pan out. Apparently, there's no gold left in them thar hills, or silver, or copper, or anything else. Now, I don't ever want to catch you in my stuff again.
Alrighty.
Yes?
I'm embarrassed that you caught me snooping through your stuff.
Just proves we're birds of a feather. I've been known to go poking through other people's stuff myself.
Have you been out to the pump house?
All the water to the ranch house has been cut off. The livestock will still get water from the windmills, but we humans are gonna have to get every single drop of water we use from the faucet in the pump house. And that's gonna be a royal pain. Why can't that darn horse do its cursed thing somewhere else?
I'm inclined to think that someone, not something, is responsible for the damage to the pump house.
I saw the pipe. It was rusted through. That's why it burst. That and bad vibes from that equine banshee.
Got any chores you want me to do?
Do exactly what you did for me yesterday, and I'll be forever grateful. Start by picking all the ripe stuff in the garden again. Basket's outside.
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
Alrighty, so same chores as yesterday. Goody. Well, at least I know where to find the basket now. That'll save me like 20 minutes. Do I have to chop more wood? Or are we not doing the fire pit thing again? Oh, it's already set up. Good. Huh, no trespassing.
I better not go in there until I call the sheriff.
I was gonna say Nancy doesn't know the meaning of those words, but apparently she does. Ooh, the geo survey. What they got to say?
SWGS, this is Gaza.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Not too long ago, you provided this person I know with a map that showed the locations of mineral deposits in central Arizona.
That's what I'm here for.
Is it unusual for an ordinary citizen to request a map like that?
Depends on which map it was.
The number on it was PUB893A.
Publication 893 Alpha. Let me get it on my screen here. Yeah, that's a map somebody'd use if they wanted to go prospecting in their spare time. What's this person's name?
Shorty Thurmond?
Shorty Thurmond. Yep, there he is. According to my notes, he'd just started a job in the Shadow Mountain area and figured he'd go looking for gold on his off hours.
You keep notes on all the calls you get?
In a bureaucracy like this one, you never know. When something goes south and fingers start pointing, it's always good to have your side of the story all nice and documented.
That's pretty smart.
How likely do you think it is that Shorty will find any gold around Shadow Mountain?
Oh, he might find a nugget or two, but from the looks of the maps I sent him, any ore out there would be of such low quality that attempting to extract gold from it would be pointless. That's interesting.
What is?
Apparently, this Shorty person asked me if I knew anything about Dirk Valentine's treasure.
Really? Do you remember what he said?
As I recall, he'd heard a rumor that some outlaw had buried some kind of treasure near Shadow Mountain. He thought it might be in an old mine shaft or something.
And what did you tell him?
Nothing. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, thank you, Gaza.
No problem. What did you say your name was again? Nancy...
Drew.
Nancy Drew. Asked a lot of questions. Didn't buy any maps.
But she really appreciated your taking the time to talk to her. Be sure to put that in your notes too, okay?
Got it. Goodbye, Miss Drew.
Bye.
I like him. Also, Shorty is suspicious now. Okay, Sheriff.
Hernandez.
Hello, Sheriff. It's Nancy Drew again.
Hello, Nancy. What can I do for you?
Would it be all right if I looked around in the pump house?
Sure, I'm all done in there. Should have had my deputy take that sign down. Mind my asking why you want to look around? Wait a minute. Dave told me about you. You're the girl detective.
Amateur detective.
I don't know. Dave seemed to be real impressed with you. In more ways than one, I might add.
Oh.
Thanks for your help.
You bet.
Well, Dave. I'm sorry, but Nancy's taken. And I don't think she's a cheater. We're not gonna look at all that stuff on the ground? Oh! Okay, I was wondering how somebody might have gotten into the pump house if Nancy was sitting right there the whole time. And I thought maybe there's like a secret entrance somewhere. And what is this? It's a secret entrance! We never see these in the Nancy Drew games. Nope. Hello.
Dave?
Hi, Dave.
Well, where did you come from?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak up on you, but what are you doing?
Well, see, I'm looking for Dirk Valentine's treasure.
Oh wow, everybody's looking for it.
How long have you known about it?
Couple of years. See, my great Aunt Ellie was Frances Humber's cousin. When she died, she left me a bunch of stuff, including an old letter she'd gotten from Frances. In the letter, Frances said that Valentine had hidden a bunch of loot somewhere and wanted Frances to find it by following the clues he left for her. Frances was real smart, see? Loved puzzles, played the piano pretty good too. Anyway, after Valentine met his end, Frances was too broken-hearted to care about some treasure. She told Aunt Ellie that if she could find it, she could keep it. I also found this picture. That's Frances's father, Sheriff Merrill Humber. There's something written on the back. Stairs to cellar. That's Frances's handwriting. Looks like the other half of the message got torn off. I was hoping that the treasure might be under the stairs in here, but no such luck.
Well, that... Hold on. Wasn't the letter from Dirk describing how he had hidden the treasure hadn't been opened? So how would Francis know that he'd hidden the treasure? I don't know. I'm a little confused on that. Maybe they'll explain it later.
I didn't know this place had a cellar.
As far as I know, no one does. The entrance is secret. These stairs lead to a secret door behind the bookcase in the den.
What do the Raleighs think about all this?
The Raleighs don't know. I was afraid that if I told them, they'd... See, my brother's dead broke. No job, health's bad. I was thinking if I could just find the treasure...
I understand, but now I'm in kind of an awkward position.
I know, and I'll tell them, I swear, soon as they come back. They got enough on their minds right now.
This game has ruined my ability to trust people. Like, I feel like he's being honest and trustworthy, but at the same time, I can't rule anyone out as a suspect.
What about all the accidents that have been happening around here lately?
I don't know anything about that horse or any of the other stuff that's been going on around here, I swear. Now, if you'll pardon me, I need to tend to my chores.
Well, good luck.
No, wait, you don't have to leave.
Nancy, you have a boyfriend. Come on.
Acid. Wonder what somebody's been using that for.
Who says somebody's been using it? I can't really think of anyone who's been using acid around here. Oh, hello.
Something's missing.
Do we have that something? I don't think we do. No, I'm not seeing it. Well, there's like a little... I don't know what you'd call this. It's not a cross stitch, not really. But some sort of fabric art. Or something like that. Oh, we're taking it with us? Good. Saves me from having to come back here later. Okay, we're looking for the green bottle, weren't we? Green bottle under cellar, something like that. Cellar stairs. So we know that Shorty and Dave are both looking for the treasure.
Looks like I'm back in the den.
Can I go back through? This way? I don't know if I can. That's okay. It's not too far of a walk to get back out. Hey, you wanna talk?
Hello, Nancy. Guess I'm gonna be blushing every time I see you now.
Don't worry about it. I've been known to do a few sneaky type things from time to time myself.
Actually, I'm kinda glad you came by. Something I need you to do for me, if you wouldn't mind.
That kind of depends on what it is.
This chicken coop's been a thorn in my side ever since I got here. The wire I need to fix the hole in the fence was supposed to be delivered today. But it's not here yet, and the Raleighs just called and asked me to run an errand for them tonight. So if you could keep an eye out for that chicken wire, and patch that hole as soon as it gets here, the chickens and I'd really appreciate it.
Are you going to tell me how to patch it?
It's just common sense. You'll manage. Just be sure to wear gloves. I'll leave my pliers out. If you have to do it at night, that's okay. There should be plenty of moonlight. You'll be able to see fine. Just make sure it gets done, because if it doesn't, the coyotes are gonna have themselves one heck of a banquet, and you're gonna be in a lot of hot water.
No problem.
Now, is there something I can do for you?
I've got to say, if people keep giving me tasks without telling me how to do them, then they aren't allowed to get mad at me for messing up. That's the rule.
May I see that letter you said Francis Humber wrote to your great aunt?
Sure, got it right here. When I heard you were a detective, I started keeping it on me. Thought you might snoop through my stuff or something.
Thanks for letting me see it.
Well, you're not wrong. I probably would have snooped through your stuff.
Dearest cousin Ellie, my beloved Dirk is no more. I shall never see him again. And now you will never see me again, for I am on my way east, there to spend the rest of my life. I will never return to the territory of Arizona, not even when my father, whom I despise with every part of my being, has left this earth. But know this, sweet Ellie. Dirk told me that he had hidden something of great value, and that when all was in place, he would start me in pursuit of it. He was forever inventing fanciful ways to tax my brain, and was quite clever himself. Then, thanks to my father, he was arrested. Perhaps he wrote me from jail, and his note was lost. Or perhaps he grew to hate me. But he never told me how to find what he had hidden, and I am too heartsick to care. If you can somehow find it, it's yours, my dear young cousin. Know, too, that I miss you terribly and always, always will. Francis. P.S. Enclosed is a picture of the vilest man ever born.
Okay, that explains it. So she got 2 different letters from Dirk. One was telling her that he had hidden the treasure, and one was telling her how to find it. And it was the second one that she never opened. Thank you.
And was quite clever himself.
Where was the jail that Dirk Valentine stayed in after he was arrested? Do you have any idea?
Probably the one over in Dry Creek. It's a ghost town now. But the jailhouse and a couple other old buildings are still standing. At least they were last I saw.
Could you tell me how to get there?
On your way to Mariazzi's, look for the trail on your left that heads towards Shadow Mountain and stay on it till you get there. It's about an hour and a half's ride. This got something to do with the treasure?
It might.
Well, let me know if you need anything else.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Okay, he's been pretty helpful. I appreciate that. I have some vegetables to pick. Rattling sound is not good. That's not a sound you want to hear in the desert. What do I do about it? I mean, yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Okay, so basically I can't do anything about the rattlesnake. I should probably just tell somebody, hey, there's a rattlesnake.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Hey, Shorty, I can't pick your vegetables for you. There's a big rattlesnake that keeps murdering me.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
Not yet.
I need those vegetables, Nancy.
But there's a rattlesnake.
I don't need that right now.
You go pick them. You get bitten by the snake. How do I deal with rattlesnakes? No, that's scorpions. I said rattlesnakes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so basically just leave it alone and come back later. Oh, there we go. Well. Okay, these look good. This one. None of those. That one. This. What about the golden queens? I think we already picked all those. Orange, yellow? Yep, there's none left. Okay.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
I think I did better this time.
There's more ripe stuff out there than that.
There is?
Okay, never mind. Well, don't get mad at me if I pick something that's not ripe then. Do you mean these beans?
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
You betcha.
Good for you. Now, if you just fill that egg basket for me again, we'll be all set.
What do you know about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid around here for Francis Humber to find?
If I thought there was a snowball's chance in Tampa that Valentine had stashed any of his loot here, I'd be tearing this place apart. Why? What do you know about it?
Nothing really, but what makes you so sure he didn't stash any of his loot here?
When I heard that rumor, I started reading everything about Dirk Valentine I could get my hands on. But the more I read, the more it sounded like he suckered Francis into believing he'd hidden something for her, just to give people something to talk about when he was gone.
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by any time.
Alrighty. Okay, chicken friends. Oh, I almost clicked that one. She would get very mad at me if I did that. Although I am very curious what death by chicken would look like. They are basically tiny dinosaurs. Is that enough eggs?
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. I need you to do one more thing. It's Tex's birthday. The Raleighs told me to make him a cake. Now, if I make it, he'll throw a fit. But if you make it, he might actually appreciate it. So why don't you dig a cake recipe out of the recipe box and have at it? I don't care when you make it, just so it's done by the end of the day. The icing's already made.
Could I get a canteen of water from you?
You betcha. You're good to go.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
Alrighty, let's make a cake. I guess that's the Shadow Ranch cake. Oh good, we can just take it. Handy. So, where do we get our ingredients?
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Probably in the fridge. Or not. Since I can't open the fridge.
First thing I'll need to make that cake is a mixing bowl.
Oh, there's everything. Okay.
I don't need that right now.
I don't know the recipe.
I don't need that right now.
Why won't you let me look at the recipe? Okay, give me a minute to write this down. Because apparently I'm not allowed to actually look at the recipe while I cook. Alright, there we go. Let's try this again. Okay. 1 cup of butter, so that's 2 sticks. Two eggs. I hope we took the shell off. 1 2/3 cup of milk. So that's 5/3 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually do bake as a hobby, so this is quite enjoyable for me. 4 cups flour. How many pints in a cup? I don't want to lose all the progress, so I'm going to look it up on my little browser here. Is it 2 pints in a cup? I think so. But I'm not entirely sure. And what kind of measuring cup uses pints and not cups? Okay, now 1 pint is 2 cups. I had it backwards. Well, I'm glad I looked that up then, otherwise this would be a very floury cake. We need 2 pints of flour then. And the music apparently does not loop. Oh well. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. That's a teaspoon. Ah, conversions. I'm not good at conversions. Okay, 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. That seems arbitrary. Who decided on all this? Why can't we use a nice, like, base 10 or even base 5 system? So, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. 2 1/3 cups sugar. Okay, we're doing third cups again, so this is 7 third cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 3 teaspoons vanilla, which is equal to 1 tablespoon. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now what do I do? Bake. How big is the cake?
Looks like I'm gonna have to guess how long to cook it and what temperature to use.
Oh, we have to guess? Medium for 30 minutes? I don't know. I'm just gonna base it off how I usually cook banana bread. Which usually takes me about an hour, actually. But I don't know if I want to risk that, so let's go with 45 minutes on medium? Or maybe high. I don't know, I don't want to start a fire. That looks okay.
Perfect. Maybe I should try a little, just to be sure. I should put that icing Shorty made on it.
Right-click to rotate.
What are these?
I made you that flour Frances mentioned in her recipe. I cut all the pieces out of marzipan using her old forms, but I'll be darned if I can figure out how the pieces go.
Why would you think that I know how to do it? Oh, it's upside down, I think. Are they gonna click into place at all? Maybe not. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. I mean, that looks like a flower to me. Oh, I see. This is not the most easy thing to mess around with. And this one goes right here. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. It's not completely center, but... Why would you do this to me? Oh, they do click into place. Well, I wish you'd told me that sooner, game.
It's a tulip. What's this?
That's food coloring so you can paint that marzipan flower.
Very nice. I like that. Looks good. I would eat that cake.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Well, we know that, Francis liked tulips now. Okay, let me check my task list.
That's done.
Got that.
Can't check that off till it's done. I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that.
Alrighty. So I guess we gotta go out riding now. Time to go exploring. We haven't talked to Tex yet today either. Because he's holed up in his little barn here.
Not that my family's any of your concern, but my sister did work for the Raleighs, back in Phoenix. She got fired, she got mad, but she's over it. Okay?
So it's just a coincidence that you ended up working for the Raleighs too?
Course not. Janie got me curious, so I checked them out and wound up hiring on. They're decent people.
Are you and your sister very close?
Nope. Fact is, my sister can be kind of a flake. I'd have probably fired her too.
Has anyone tried going after that phantom horse when it appears?
Nope. Always something else going on, like Ed Raleigh getting snake bit or the pump house blowing up. Plus, that horse is fast. Probably couldn't catch it anyway.
Do you know anything about the treasure that Dirk Valentine supposedly hid for his sweetheart?
Nope.
Figures. Is it okay if I go riding?
Nope. Feed the chickens and the horses in the corral first. Could be fatal if you mess up, so don't.
Why would you give me this responsibility?
Talk to you later.
If you last that long.
You've known me for 2 days and you're giving me a task that could be possibly fatal to your beloved animals? Oh boy. I don't even know what food I just put in there. Like, I don't know what any of this is. Well, I know in one of the books they had like pictures of the different kinds of feed, so I'm gonna go look at those. Oh, Dave's gone. Okay, time to go read some books. Be back in a few minutes. Okay, I looked at the pictures of the different kinds of food. So let me see if I can figure this out. That looks... I think that's oats. Not quite sure what that is. Well, those are pellets. Yeah. That's obviously corn. This is that weird supplement thingy he has in that bag over there. So I guess this is the only one that wasn't listed in the books. This must be for the chickens. Because it was not in the horse book.
I don't think that's enough.
Oh, you don't? Okay, we'll add some more then. Alright, let's go feed the chickens first and get that over with. At this rate, this entire video is just gonna be chores.
Okay, chickens, come and get it.
Good chickens. They don't care at all. Okay, what's everybody's feeding guide? Okay, 2 oats, 1 corn, 1.5 mixed pellets. Oh yeah, 2 scoops chicken chow. These are in pounds, right? Or is this in scoops? Well, we can't do half a scoop, so it's gotta be pounds, right? I think so. 2 oats, 1 corn, 1.5 mixed pellets. Well, I only have to worry about 3 of the horses. Bob, Clyde, and Ace, I think. Okay, 2 oats. Yep, that's 2. And then 1 corn. Yep. And then 1.5 mix, correct? Yes. Oh, that's exactly right. Good. 2, 1, 1.5. Yep. Keep. And that is for my good friend Bob. Hey, Bob, buddy. Got you some foods. Please don't die. Okay, next up is our buddy Clyde, who needs 3 oats, 1.5 mix. Cool. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this, assuming none of the horses suddenly die. There you go, buddy. Never mind that your neck is clipping into your chest a little bit. That's okay. And then Ace needs 1 oats, half corn, and 3 mixed pellets. 1 oat. 3 mixed pellets. Yep, and then half corn. Yes. Right? Yes. Okay, I fed the horses and everything.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Old Bob's all yours. I set up some barrels and a sawhorse so you can do some barrel racing and practice roping. Whenever you're out there, I'll watch you and time you. If you get good enough, like say, you get your time below 10 seconds, and if you can lasso the sawhorse like say, 4 times out of 5, I'll give you your very own lariat. You can practice as much as you want, whenever you want. Just don't go walking off with my rope, 'cause I'll be watching.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo!
Do I have to do that? Though we'll probably need the lasso for something. Okay, start. Okay, we loop around this one, then that one. So we go counterclockwise for the first one, then the second 2 are both normal clockwise. Alright, let's give it a try, I guess. If I can turn around and... there we go. We'll give it one try and then I have to end the video.
Come on, Bob. Gotcha. Try again. Oh. Do over. Oh.
You got 1 out of 5.
Gee, thanks.
Try again. Missed.
Is this just pure luck, or is there...
Do over. Oh.
am I actually aiming?
Just missed.
Start over.
I thought we were doing the barrels.
That's a 5-second penalty. You'll never get under 10 seconds now. Start over.
Alrighty.
Here we go. Yeah.
9.5. How about that? You did it.
Okay, I feel good about that one at least. I don't understand this one though. Like, I see I can click pretty much anywhere.
Do over. Oh.
But I don't know if there's actually a
Try again.
difference based on where I click or not.
Oh. Try again.
Start over.
Because I got it that first time, but not since then. Anyway, actually, let's go talk to Mary, and then we'll stop.
That looks like Mary Yazzie.
Hi. So that was on our way to come here?
Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer.
Interesting. Well, she's apparently out there with her own horse. A rather pale-colored horse, I might add. But that doesn't prove anything yet. Too early to call.
Check.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for now. Sorry this one ended up being about 90% chores. I did enjoy making the cake. I like baking. That's fun. But anyway, it seems like Shorty and Dave are both trying to get the treasure for themselves, probably. Although Dave says he has like a sick brother or something like that. Or a sick cousin, I can't remember. A sick relative. And Tex is pretty adamant that he is not close with his sister. And that he has nothing to do with anything. Mary's out in the desert with a horse doing something. And there's a secret cellar through the pump house, so that's interesting. I might have to go back down there and look around again. Because we need to find the green bottle under the cellar stairs or something. I didn't see it the first time we were there, but maybe if I look around again. And we also have to check out that other place on the map now, Dry Creek. So I guess that's where we're headed next time. So, thanks for watching, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!